Hey guys, it's BMT115 here, and it's been a while since I made a video, but lately I've just been playing games at my own pace, just kind of doing stuff on the weekends here and there, and I actually found the time to play Ghostbusters, the video game, the original video game from 2009. They remastered it for next-gen consoles, and I managed to platinum it and get the max completion of the entire game. So what I wanted to do for you guys today is for anyone thinking of picking up this game, maybe want some help with the collectibles in the game, I was thinking maybe I could show you guys around where to find them in the Ghostbusters headquarters. So I have it loaded up. You can replay levels and go see the headquarters and have the game save when you get to the headquarters. I'm on the last level, the entrance of the last level, so you start off in the headquarters, then you start level 7, the cemetery. So if you want to, complete the whole game, you can load up this last point and explore all the collectibles and have all of the, what do you call it, the the bios for them. So I'm going to just show you guys in order from the first collectible to the last where you can find them in the firehouse. So let's start with, let's see, the Voyaging Case International. So this is the trunk. So to find the trunk, it's going to be all the way upstairs in the bedroom. And it's going to be right underneath the front window. So that's the Voyaging trunk. Next is the Summoner bell. So the little front office desk bell. And I believe that one is up here, I believe it's upstairs. Let me see. It's either upstairs or it's downstairs on one of the tables. I'm not... Oh, no, it's right here. I was right. So yeah, you can find it right here on the kitchen counter, next to the paper towel rolls and the half-eaten pizzas with cobwebs growing out of them. You guys might want to clean up the pizza boxes, good lord. Alright, the next collectible is the self-service tray. This one you have to collect. You cannot miss this collectible, and it is always going to... The game will force you to scan this, and it will be right here on this table next to Egon's equipment and computers. The next collectible is the portrait of Sedgwick, the hotel owner. This one will be right in the front of the foyer downstairs with these other paintings that we'll get to later. It's right here above the lockers. So that's the hotel owner, Sedgwick himself. As you get close, it lights itself on fire. Kind of freaky. The toaster, this is actually one of the few you can actually interact with. So the toaster, you might have seen it upstairs. It's in the same place as it was in the movie. This time they put it on the pool table. I don't remember if it was on the pool table. I think it was just on their little kitchen table. But they put it on the pool table here, and you can actually interact with it and have the toaster dance. So that's pretty cool. I like that. It's one of my favorites. Next is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man toy. The toy of Stay Puft you can find in the bedroom on the center bed on the right. And it's just sort of chilling there on the pillow. The next is some kind of midnight goose, some alcohol. This one took me a while to find because you wouldn't expect, to have a beer bottle as a collectible. But that one is right here on their table with the other bottle, like a water bottle. So, yeah, some homeless man's beer is just chilling. That was a weird collectible. The next is the Ravishing Red Prince. This is the first painting you collect. That one is right underneath the first flight of stairs. You just gotta go downstairs, go behind all of the desks like you're going into the basement, and it's right up against the wall above the water fountain. And as you get close to it, a face will appear in it. I really like that one too. Kind of a modern art look.
Let me write.
Okay. The next collectible is the traffic cone that seems to move around on its own and cause traffic accidents.
This down.
This one is literally right up the stairs. So right when you reach the top of the stairs, it is right in the corner. So that's where the traffic cone is. You can they actually detailed the outside fairly well for this remaster. So the next collectible is the architect model. So this one you find in the architect room, the Times Square level. This one can be found right in front of the refrigerator over here in the corner. And it just has glowing windows, and they keep it on the floor right here out of the way. The next collectible is the hotline, so the famous red telephone. It only completes calls for those who are about to die. That's kind of creepy. That telephone can be found in the bedroom, in between the two beds on the left on the nightstand. And it glows red. So there's that. Galano's Enchanted Lunch Pail. This one you can find right in the main room in the kitchen, on the same table as the answering machine, so right here next to the answering machine. Kind of next to the little head thing that Tully was wearing in the first movie. So there's that. The next is the Seat of Vapors Fowl. This one might actually take me a little while to find because I don't think I've actually seen this one. But I do know it's not upstairs because it's too big of a chair to have up here. I think it might be downstairs on the floor. Oh, yep, here it is. So it's right in front of the lockers. This is one you find in the library. So that chair is right here in front of Venkman's, right below the paintings. So that's where the chair is. The next is the portrait of Eleanor Twitty, the librarian ghost who was murdered, as you find out in the game. Her painting is literally right next to Vigo's. You can see it right here in the entrance. And as you get close to it, it turns into her evil form.
No.
You kind of see that.
Really?
Sup, Vigo?
Right.
Oh, the battle intensifies.
That's pretty funny.
Goodbye.
So that's Eleanor Twitty's portrait. The next is the Reluctant Reading Lamp. This is the library reading lamp. This one's kind of hard to find if you don't explore the entire Firehouse headquarters. This one is in the basement. So you go into the basement and it's on the experiment table. It's right there on that little top shelf right in the middle, and as you get close to it, it turns itself on and off and it flickers. So that's the reading lamp. Ali El Balou's irksome rug. This rug is in the bedroom upstairs. Get out of my way, pants. We'll get to you later. So the rug is back up in the bedroom, and it is going to be the first thing you run into in the bedroom because it is right in front of the first bed. So here's the rug, just right in the middle of the room. I kind of wish that they had put it flat laid out, but rolled up is fine. That's how you find it. It's actually kind of tricky to find this because you have to go through the portals in the Gozerian Ghost World to find that rug, so that was a pretty challenging one to collect. Moving on, we have Fatherwell's stocking chair. That one is downstairs again. You know what? We're going to go the short route. So you go downstairs, and it is right here next to where the TV is with all the messed up furniture and all that. But it won't be messed up if you can check it out, you know, throughout the game. But it's right here, untouched. So there's Fatherwell's chair. the pin-up calendar of doom. This is funny because it's like a hot chick with a broccoli bra. That's just goofy. So that is actually well hidden. That one is in the bathroom. Now we have not gotten to the bathroom yet for collectibles. So that collectible is just behind the bedroom.
I don't think so. No.
You go right here into the bathroom, and that calendar is right here on the wall above the trash can, displaying the broccoli pinup. So there's that. Next is the ritual mask of bad advice. Right outside the bathroom, you might have seen it. So in the same area, you just come right outside the front door, and it's right here up against the wall. So that's where the bad advice mask is. Next is the cursed musket. This one, I actually didn't know where it was because they actually hide it from you, but it is right outside the bedroom by the arcade cabinets and the main fire pole. And they keep it in between these cinder blocks. I don't know why they wouldn't display this, but they just keep it next to this air conditioner unit, and it really should be hung up somewhere else, but that's where the musket rifle is. And you can play some video games while you're here too. For some reason, if you go to the green one, it puts you on Qbert, and if you go to the pinball machine, it puts you on, what is that, Galaga? Yeah, it's probably Galaga. Anyway, so there's the musket rifle. Next is the bagged head of Azathotep. So this is a statue head. This one is downstairs right next to Pete Venkman's desk. So you come back here behind Janine, go around all the debris, and here is the head with the bag over its head. And it breathes. That's kind of freaky.
Hello, Ghostbusters.
Lord
Just
Janine.
one moment.
Okay, so that's the bagged head. The Phoenician plaque vase. This one is on its own little table
What?
upstairs, right as you go up. So you're going to go right up the stairs, and it's going to be right here on this silver tray.
Thank you so much for calling.
So that's the vase. The painting of the trustees. This is my favorite painting in the entire collection of paintings you get. This one is right on the stairs, so you'll run past it every time you go up and down the stairs. So right at the base of the stairs, here's the painting. As you get close, you see all of the black slime ghosts with the chairman, and that's all of the trustees, and as you back away, it becomes the normal painting. That one's my favorite, just because of the cartoonish look and the contrast of it.
Hello, Ghostbusters.
The next is the remote-controlled Ecto-1, another one of my favorites. This one can be found right before the final boss in the museum when you fight the chairman. This collectible can be found right next to the lunchbox that we saw earlier by the answering machine upstairs. And it's right here behind the lunchbox. I just wish you could interact with it and like have it drive around or something. That would be cute. But that's the Ecto-1. The Phantom Flush Toilet. The Phantom Flush Toilet is the last collectible that will be downstairs in the basement.
Schedule an appointment.
And this is also, I think, might be the only other interactable collectible you get. And it's kind of freaking weird how this works. So you come down here by the containment center, and you go into this corner where there was these watermarks where there was nothing here before, and as you get close it turns blood red and pink, and you can interact with it, and this happens. An arm comes out and drags you down. Would not want to take a dump on that. And it's covered in blood, so that's also another sign that no thanks. So that's the demonic toilet. Next is the Cruel Oven. This one's easy to find. It's right upstairs again, in the bedroom. I wish there was a fire pole that would throw me up instead of having to keep going up and down the whole time. But just make our way back up the stairs. And the oven is right above the first bed, in between them, on this little shelf. And it's a golden microwave oven with a green glowing aura that kind of looks like Slimers, but that's where the Cruel Oven is. Next is the unruly beard of Velasco. Velasco, however you say his name. His beard is the only other collectible that we can find in the bathroom again. So you come into the bathroom, and it will usually be floating around in the showers, occasionally in this first toilet, but it usually stays right here. It always just goes in circles above the showers. Kind of a weird collectible, considering it's an actual ghost that just flies around. It's apparently a beard of an exorcist where the ghosts and whatnot went into his beard, and when he died, his beard ripped itself off his face and just flies around. Kind of a weird one. It's out there, but pretty funny. Next is the Possessed Bell-Bottom Pants, the 1970s disco pants. This one is infamous because it is the only collectible that actively follows you around once you have collected it. So let's see where they went. This collectible you do not need to go anywhere to find because it simply finds you. And they got stuck on this barrel because normally this barrel isn't here turned over, but here are the pants, and as you can see, they're gonna follow me everywhere throughout the base, so it does not matter where I go. And as you get close, you can hear 70s disco music playing from them, but there's nobody in the pants. Pretty weird. So if we go over here, they're just gonna follow us.
I don't think so.
If we go down the stairs, they're gonna eventually come down the stairs and follow us.
Really?
Here they come. So yeah, this is the only collectible. Once you have it, it will always follow you for the rest of the time you have this save. So, I mean, it doesn't bother me. A lot of people say it bothers them. Not really. It's a pair of disembodied pants that plays disco music. It's not freaky at all. But that's the pants. Pretty funny. Next is the Swiss Death Clock. This one will be found, and if you actually read the description, it tells you where it is. If you read the last line, it says Pete uses it as his desk fan. So if we go over to his desk with the bagged statue head, we can find the clock right off the side of his desk. The clock that tells you what time you're gonna die. Kinda odd. Next is the Broccoli Queen autobiography. So is that the same lady that did the pinup, or is this something else entirely? Because this book can be found upstairs in the bedroom. Once again, it seems like all the collectibles are either upstairs or in the bedroom. This collectible can be found right here as you go into the bedroom on this desk. Right on the corner of the desk. So there's the autobiography of the Broccoli Queen. Church of Gozer songbook. Same exact place. Right next to that book on the desk. So that's easy that they put those two right next to each other. Next is the Fox Hunt on Timet Island. This is I think this is the last painting we have left, so it's downstairs next to the Sedgwick Hotel owner's painting, and it is right here next to that. Now this one is kind of hard to see because you have to get right up against it to see the transformation. I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but it just puts a green glowing aura around everything. Like it's messed up. And I wish you could see it so much better. That's my own. This is the only one I think was put in a bad spot, because everything else, you know, you can see that very clearly. You can see those very clearly, and even Ellen or Twitty's painting. They should have put this one somewhere else, because you can't really see the effect all that well without getting right up against it. But no matter. So that's the last painting. The Ghostbusters DVD. This one, I also have really no idea where you can find it because it's such a tiny collectible. So let me just kind of run around.
Ghostbusters,
See.
what do you want?
It's probably upstairs on one of the tables. Let's see.
Just one moment. I'm looking up your file.
Where, oh, where is the DVD?
Not at present.
I'm kind of looking for this the same as you guys are because it is actually the smallest collectible. It doesn't have any aura glowing, so I really don't have any idea where they would have put this. There's a mug. I wonder where they put that. We might have to come back to that one because they pretty much hid. They well hid this. Oh nope, it's right here. So it's gonna be right on the nightstand on the first bed next to Stay Puft and the Cursed Oven. Okay. Good. They actually used this nightstand to display something. So that's the Ghostbusters DVD. They just keep it right there because they don't know what else to do with it. Next will be the Wheel of Alabaster Wretch. This is the cursed steering wheel. Yeah, I apologize. This is the last collectible that is in the basement. I retract my earlier statement. So if you go back into the basement, this one is hidden behind the bookshelf, behind the lamp. So there's the library lamp. And here is the steering wheel. They keep it right here in this corner. The singing slime jars, the barbershop quartet of slime jars. They sing whenever you're in the level, but they do not sing as you get near them, which is unfortunate. You should be able to like touch them and then have them sing, because when you're in the level, they sing whenever you go to pick them up and scan them. They will be upstairs on top of the refrigerator. So that's where the jars are. Next is the Anguish Stuffed Bear. This one is on the same table with the books in the bedroom. So it's right here next to the Gozerian songbook. Kind of a freaky looking bear. Next is the whistling bust of Mausch. Looks like he has a bag over his head as well, unless he's just got a fat neck. I don't know. But his bust is over here next to the food tray on that same table, next to Egon's equipment. So it's right here. It's a little dark, but that's the guy's bust. Next is the Ghostbusters mug and balloon. You might have caught a glimpse of this Ghostbusters 2 merch. This can be found on Janine's desk downstairs in the main warehouse. It is going to be right here next to her potted plant. There's a Ghostbusters 2 beer stein with a little balloon. And on the topic of Ghostbusters 2, you can actually find an Easter egg, but the original Ghostbusters 2 sign is right back there in the corner. And the actual firehouse in New York City actually still has that real-life sign in the up against the wall as a piece of memorabilia. So they actually still have the sign. That's pretty nice. The next collectible is the Stone Angel head. This can be found right upstairs next to Egon's computer equipment behind the vase. So that Egyptian vase, and it can be found. So there's the vase on the table. It is right here, and its eyes glow red as you get closer to it. So it's right there. Next is the ghost fruit tree. This one's funny because it's apparently from Louisiana, which is where I am from, because, it's nice that they include, a few little things, because I know that Dan Aykroyd loves Louisiana ghost stories. I do know that much. He does know of the stuff we have down here, like vampire stories and all the supernatural tales from our local area. But the ghost fruit tree can be found right here in front of the little wall to Pete Venkman's desk. They just kind of stuck it right here. But, it looks nice, for the decor. So that's where the ghost fruit tree is. Next is the skull of Evo Shandor. So Shandor's skull itself, the talking skull. The skull can be found on Venkman's desk right behind the tree, next to the clock. So Shandor is now forever, his skull is forever on display connected to a microphone thingy. I'm not sure what they're doing here, but apparently it talks. In the bio, it says that the skull talks about soliloquies and disappointment of glory and stuff like that. So that's Shandor's skull. We should be on the last one. The Archangel Gallbladder. This one is pretty easy to find. It is right next to the arcade cabinets. Pants, get out of my way. So the last collectible you earn in the entire game, the Archangel Gallbladder, is going to be upstairs. You're going to turn around and you're going to come to the first arcade cabinet, and it is right on that little nightstand. See if I can get a good angle on that. But yeah, that's that. And that should be everything. That is all of the collectibles in the entire Ghostbusters the video game remaster. It's actually a lot, considering it's about 6 collectibles per level. Each of them has their own lore, backstory, their own little reason for existing. That's what we all like in collectibles. It's pretty fun. And there are actually 2 more things I would like to count as collectibles, considering it's something that is cosmetic that you interact with as well in the game, and that is the gray Ghostbusters flight suit and the gold proton pack, which currently you can't see because I'm in the firehouse headquarters. You can only see it when you're actually busting ghosts. But after you complete the introduction mission where they show you how to shoot a ghost and teach you the basics of using your proton pack, you will unlock the gold proton pack. The only way to unlock the flight suit is by completing the game on normal difficulty or experienced, and the way to get the gold proton pack is to beat the game on professional. Now, I have played the remaster because you cannot play the original anymore on PS3 or Xbox 360 and get a platinum trophy because it requires multiplayer. That game had multiplayer, and Atari, when they went bankrupt, had to close their servers down. I'm so happy they got rid of the multiplayer for the remaster because that would have completely ruined getting trophies for this game. I actually managed to platinum the game. So yeah, the way you beat the game on casual or experienced is to get the flight suit, and you beat the game on professional to get the gold proton pack. So that's all the collectibles for Ghostbusters, the video game remastered. I hope you guys enjoyed this little showcase walkthrough to maybe help you guys find everything. Make sure you have all of the collectibles. If there's one you're missing, just look up a walkthrough to show you how to get it. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory, but there were a good handful of these collectibles that were pretty well hidden. I definitely would not have figured out where they were had I not replayed the game a few times or just gone around exploring through the levels. So I hope this helped you guys find them in the headquarters itself so you can admire all of your achievement hunting progress. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.